we'll talk about one of my favorite parts of Go. We'll talk about brilliant and unusual moves that work in better ways than regular moves. In other words, we'll talk about Tsuji. There are lots of different Tsujis in the middle game, but even in the end game where the position is settled and fixed, there are some. In fact, there are dozens or even hundreds, and you have to keep looking carefully and actively and patiently in order to find them. They're like big and small diamonds that are scattered around the board, and if you just keep on playing moves automatically, if you keep playing regular moves, those hanes or descending moves on the second line or hanes on the first line, you will never find them. You have to keep on looking for something new, you have to stay sharp, and then you will find them. And finding them is incredibly rewarding because you were just about to make a simple move and then you find this and it gives you a little more points, or it keeps sente for you. And what if this brilliant little move that you just found actually decides the game? Just imagine how incredible that would be. There are many endgame Tsujis out there, and we'll never have time to fit all of them in one lesson or even in one course. But I'll show you a few of my favorite ones and also some of the typical ones, and hopefully after seeing these, you'll be able to find others in your games. For example, here, black has a regular looking corner, and white is going to reduce it right now. White plays this. The corner is quite small, so if black doesn't respond to this, maybe white will jump inside and maybe black won't have two eyes, so black needs to respond. We block, nothing unusual so far. White connects, black connects. Now white gets the other sente as well. White plays here, and the same sequence follows. White connects and black connects. The corner is alive. This whole sequence looks so normal and ordinary, and yet we've just missed a Tsuji. Let's look at this one more time. White plays a hane, we block, white connects. But here, instead of simply connecting like this, which is an ordinary move, black could play a Tsuji. Black could play here. This move, first of all, defends against the second hane. If in the future white still wants to play the second hane, play this, then black will Atari, white connects, and black doesn't need to add any moves here anymore. Black is all defended. And at the same time, this move offers a very nice defense against the cut. Because now, if white tries to cut here, black simply extends and saves the stone. Another Atari, and another extension. And there's nothing white can do inside. Black is all connected and safe. And just like this, with one stone, we've just turned one of white's moves from sente into gote. But let's see another one. And here's how it happens. Black plays this hane to defend this territory. White blocks, and black connects. White plays somewhere else, and it's black's turn right now. Every time you see this weaker stone on the second line, and also some weak stones here, you should know that probably you shouldn't just hane on the first line blindly, but you should look for some sort of Tsuji. And no, you shouldn't cut here. White would simply connect and this stone would die. If you're thinking about cutting here, this might actually work here. If white connects, you don't extend, white will capture these stones, but instead of extending here, you can play this, and now if white captures this stone, you will connect. But typically, the Tsuji is a belly attachment, attaching like this, which puts like a clamp on this white stone. This is a clamping Tsuji, and white is very much limited in ways of responding to it. If white wants to cut it off like this is not going to work, of course. Black will Atari, white has to connect, black connects, and these two stones are dead, and black has the entire corner. This resulted in a nightmare for white, so obviously, when black attaches, white has to look for a compromise. And that would be letting black connect. Black plays this Atari, white connects, and it's still black's turn, and white's corner got reduced significantly. First of all, this Tsuji is incredibly common, and you should look for it in your games, and I promise you that you will find it. And second, this Tsuji is the reason why this move is so valuable. Because when black plays here, not only does black defend this territory and reduce white's corner right away, but after this, black also gets this move in the future, and the corner it gets reduced even further. And here's one more endgame example. It's black's turn, and black was about to play an ordinary move on the first line. And then suddenly black saw a much better move, a Tesuji. So would you like to try and find it as well? Playing a move on the first line will reduce white's territory only a little. But here, black can actually make use of this black stone inside. Black has this beautiful attachment. And after this, white cannot cut this stone off. If white tries this, black can move that stone inside. This is Atari. And if white captures, another Atari and all of the white stones will die. So this is not an option. And that means that white has to let these stones connect. White captures immediately, and black connects here. And what's worse, if white doesn't do anything right now, black will keep on jumping and destroying this territory. Black will play here, for example. So white probably needs to stop black, maybe playing something like this. But then again, black will Hane. Or maybe white could even jump like this and give up this territory completely, try to save some territory here. And this next endgame Tesuji is one of my personal favorites. Let's have a look. Once again, it's black's turn, and the way it probably happened was this. White played this Sente move, black responded, and then white figured that playing here in the corner was too small, so white played somewhere else, and then black came back here and played a Tesuji. Instead of playing some simple endgame, black has this interesting placement inside. And now white has to be very careful not to get himself killed here, because black has two cuts, this one, and also this one. And white would probably want to connect like this. And it seems like this move defends against everything. Black cannot cut. White has 3 liberties, and black has 3 liberties, but this capturing race is good for white. White has enough time to play here, and white captures black. It's all fine, right? But black is not going to cut like this. Black will play another beautiful move. Black is trying to connect, and if white tries to cut it off, well, that would be a mistake. Now black can cut, and this capturing race is good for black. White only has 2 liberties left, and black has 3. Even if white captures this, black plays here, and white is captured. So the only option left there is to let black connect. White saves all of the stones, black connects, and this is a very good endgame sequence for black. And even when we're down to the very first line with the last few moves of the endgame, the Tesujis are still possible there. So for example, with this simple Hane, we always said that on the first line you play Hane, you don't even think about it, right? But when it's black's turn right now, if black plays this Hane on the first line, white will defend, black connects, and this is Gote for black. White doesn't need to defend here anymore. So instead of this, black has a better option. Black can descend onto the first line like this. This is already defending against this white Sente, so this is a reverse Sente move, and at the same time it's preparing another beautiful Tesuji in the future. So if white doesn't respond to this, what is black going to play? Maybe you thought that black has something like this sort of invasion, just like in the previous example, but here white is simply too strong for this. White can block, and this black stone will die inside. Of course, black is not going to push, so black has this attachment. This move looks crazy because it seems that white will just capture it like this, but black simply extends, and because black is so strong here, white cannot really capture these 2 stones. So white can Atari one more time, black connects, and now white's territory got smaller, and black can still capture this 1 stone in the future. And now to finish it off, let's see another beautiful Tesuji after an innocent looking move on the first line. It's black's turn, black wants to reduce this corner, and he plays on the first line. And now white needs to find the correct response. And all of our experience tells us that it's okay to Atari right now. Because this point is protected, black has no cut, nothing works for black. This is good, right? And yet, there is a Tesuji for black. So the correct response for white should be to play this and let black have a little bit more profit here. And if we Atari, black is going to cut, even though it doesn't seem to work. Obviously, white is going to take the stone, and then what? But now black is going to extend. White needs to connect. And now Atari, white needs to connect again. And now, how very lucky for black. Black has this move in the corner, and this makes one eye here, and the second eye here. Black lives in white's corner, and there's nothing white can do to kill black here. So even with those simple first line moves, you can't lose your concentration. You really can't be too careful when we're talking about Tsuji, when you're the one playing them or they're played against you. And now after all this, you have to go out there and practice playing more endgame. And that means you probably have to stop resigning your games too early to give yourself a chance to get to the endgame, to practice it. You know, our lazy brains work in such a way that when we feel like we're winning the game, when we're ahead, it doesn't want to think anymore. It doesn't want to think seriously, and it just tends to relax. And you can try to use that. And even if you feel like you're losing the game and you want to resign right now, if you keep on fighting and keep on trying and playing your endgame, taking those Sente moves and trying to look for Tsuji, you might eventually catch your opponent off guard. He will relax and he will make a mistake somewhere, and you will take your chance and you can win the game back.
By the way, you can also watch these lessons on our platform, gomagic.org. Except there, you'll watch them with interactive quizzes right within the lessons and practical exercises right after them. And if you enjoy watching these Go videos and you don't want to miss others like this one, go smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and this is Go Magic.